I'm here with relieved Tallwood head football coach John Kepple because his team won another close one and they avoid overtime and they're in the playoffs 21-19 against Bayside. Coach, what is it about Tallwood and Bayside? Your teams have had some memorable close battles over the years and it went down to the wire, almost had OT and you pulled it out at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. Bayside's a tough team. They've always got a lot of good athletes. I mean, they're loaded this year. They've got some real good players and Coach White does a good job. They've got a good staff over there, so it's always a competition going in. You know, we came into the game with a game plan, and I'll be honest, they did some things defensively that, you know, and offensively that we had to adjust to and try to make those right.
We'll get to some of that game plan in a second, but early on we talked actually before pregame. You know, you could easily have been 8-1 instead of 5-4 coming in with having some close losses here recently to the likes of Cox and Salem and Lancetown. Were you a little worried? Up 21-0, like, oh goodness, we were in a spot before and we hadn't hold those leads, and then Bayside got hot.
Yeah, well, it's definitely on our sideline. As coaches, we were kept on our guys that, hey, this is a good game. They're an explosive team. I mean, they can score. On 2 plays, they could have tied that thing up easily. So that, you know, we just kept on our guys that, hey, we're going to play 4 quarters and we got to keep going.
I think there was a few moments in this game that stuck out and embodied this football team. Even though they scored on one of those drives, Kyrie Abdullah had 3 straight plays inside the 5 where he just stoned somebody. And just speaking with a couple of your senior leaders in Saban, Stone, and Ricky Harleston, they believe, and as do I, there's not a better linebacker on the beach because he just brings it every game, every play.
Yeah, he's tough. He's a hard hitter. He takes that pride in being in the middle there and taking on that challenge, you know, and when it's close like that, it seems like he gets bigger and stronger.
And you have a lot of other 3-year guys that have been in the defensive plans for a few years now. Ricky Harleston, who I mentioned, and Josh Lucas. And tonight, Kayshawn Duncan stepping up for you at that defensive end spot, had a couple of tackles for loss, including on a drive where they could have gotten a chance to tie it up there early in the 4th.
Yeah, he's been playing well. He's been having a good season. He's been playing real well. I mean, he's an inside, you know, defensive end guy. Sometimes you guys don't know who they are, that he's not getting the interceptions, things like that. But he's solid for us. He's played real well, especially on run game. And then, you know, when he's getting after this tonight, he got in after the quarterback.
It was kind of strange because coming back from last year, Saban Stone was one of the top passers on the beach. You went through a little bit of a rut there where you couldn't get the passing game going, but tonight, 8 of 10, he was great to start, and you really exploited that tight end matchup middle of the field. What did you see there?
Just the way they did their defensive stuff. You know, Thomas, a young guy, he's only 10th grader, our tight end. And we saw that, you know, running.
Natania, I think it is?
Thomas and Natania,
okay.
Yes. Yeah, he's a 10th grader. We saw that, you know, with what other teams had done with a tight end, but he catches the ball real well. He's got great hands. He's going to be a real good football player down the road.
And defensively, to bottle him up for the first half, was it just a matter of bringing pressure or not, just being relentless, not, you know, letting up?
Yeah, we just want to get after it. I mean, everybody, he's number one there. He's a great passer, and you know, we knew that we had to get to him, but then we had to make plays. He scrambles. He did a great job getting out of trouble, throwing the ball. He did some good things.
Last one, thank you for your time. How did you keep this team upbeat after the last few weeks where you had some tough losses, double-digit leads against the likes of Cox and Lancetown, that heartbreaker in overtime against Salem when you battled back? How did you keep the spirit up knowing that it was win or go home? Was it just a matter of, hey, we don't want our season to end tonight? Or?
Yeah, honestly, on Tuesday when everything came out that there was a possibility of us not making it, we met as we do, and I told the guys, I was like, we could potentially not go. And a lot of them were surprised because they thought after we were 5-1 that we were in. And last year, of course, we got in at 5-5, and we told them that it could possibly not. And I'll be honest, the practice changed, the attitude changed. We came out with a different attitude on the field. I think that, you know, we've kind of gone back to where we were, where the thought of it ending really hit home. The guys really stepped it up.
Well, and you're kind of back in the role that you guys relish, the underdog. You're going to Oscar Smith, it appears, next week. They've got a fabulous program, as you know, playing for regional and state championships on an annual basis. Your thoughts on the matchup? Because I don't believe Tallwood and Oscar Smith have met before in the playoffs. I could be wrong, but
no,
not under your reign.
Yeah, no, not with me, no. That will be the first time we'll see them. We'll be excited to see somebody other than the beach. That's kind of how we've always been. And our players are that way. They've even, you know, we've talked about playoff stuff. They've always said we'd like to play somebody not in the beach.
Well, regardless, the Lions looking forward to going to the postseason. Thanks so much, and we'll see you there.
All right, thank you.